I'm curious if he's gonna stay Deadeye here or go like Daredevil, because Deadeye is just one of those classes that's a complete mystery to me. I just don't know how it works. Like, I've kited in a raid on it, and that's like that's all I know about it. It's just one of those classes that feels like it can be only be played by a select few.
There we go. Ooh, good pulls out there from Destiny, actually. A very good game from them.
Alex, really good.
Yep.
Their Rev is gonna portal for the run. Okay. He actually dips out really early here. You can see that the bar is only filled like a tiny bit. He only participated in the first group of ads.
Barely, actually.
Let's see for intended gameplay. Who does the run? I don't know who would do the run for them. He's leaving now.
He just left, so a little bit behind, actually.
I don't recognize that skill that was used. Was it a Greatsword 3?
It was a Greatsword. Either a Greatsword 3 Guardian or Greatsword 3...
Or FGS, like the Ellie? Maybe? No, the Ellie's doing damage here, so...
Yeah.
Okay. So, intended gameplay, taking their portal. Destiny is a little bit behind here. Yeah, they're a little bit behind, I think. Yeah, by a lot, actually. Because,
by a lot, because the event itself takes quite some role-playing to get through.
Intended gameplay has also a stream.
Oh, yeah, that was the Soul Beast. Yeah, I was going to say this. Looked like maybe Ranger 3.
Soul Beast,
so yes, it was Ranger Greatsword 3. Okay.
GS3.
And actually, well, Destiny more or less ahead here. I think, like, both these teams look that they are pretty good at what they're doing, but unfortunately, there is like two role-playing dialogues in this fractal, and if you don't get to them quickly, you will stall behind because you have to go through them. Mine is the skip here that you can do, obviously, to get into Volcanic and just get to the last boss, but you cannot skip this phase in any easy way, so...
Oh, intended gameplay, actually. They don't wait for the boss to run down at them. They actually hit the boss through the wall here. That's very interesting. You see that?
Yeah, I see that.
Most pugs stack in the little corner and wait for the boss to come down, but you know, intended gameplay, they don't have time for that. They just fucking hit the boss.
Let's just go.
I expect it. Okay, they actually stall out here.
Yeah, I think they do. Oh, I think I lost Cody, by the way. Chat. I think I lost Cody.
Welcome back.
Welcome. Yeah, I don't know if something happened.
Oh, Discord error. The Discord issue.
Yeah.
Is your mic working?
My mic is good. You can hear me? Chat, I think I lost him. Hello?
Hello?
Can you hear me?
I hear you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, weird. Okay, interesting. Anyway, well, both teams are actually at the last minute. And in a surprise turn of events, intended gameplay is actually slightly ahead. Just barely ahead, actually, and starts the boss immediately.
Yeah. I thought that they would... They lost a lot of time from the infused stone. I think they missed it twice on the boss there, so it stalled them by a good bit. But now it's a DPS race. It's essentially just... We'll see who can do the most damage and handle the mechanics most efficiently.
Yeah, and then it's really the sublings here, or the lava worms, that is going to be an issue, but it looks like Destiny is able to quickly chain them in together.
Intended gameplay, it just has the Renegade putting up the Ventari bubble to block the projectiles, whereas Destiny does not. Their Renegade is not running Ventari, but he's running Malik's power for some reason.
A little slow as well on the CC bar there from Destiny too, so
it's quite close. It's still anyone's game.
It is anyone's
Oh my goodness, look at that Shroud 4 into Exposed. 120k damage from one ability. That was nuts.
It's actually going to be such a close game here. Who's it going to be?
The gameplay is breaking. Oh, this is really close. Intended gameplay has a break bar coming up, has exposed coming up here. Oh, they might
Don't forget, they're
be able to-
behind by some seconds, like the delay on their stream. So they're actually
Oh,
ahead
yeah.
either way with quite some spare change
Yeah.
seconds.
That's when they would have to finish like way earlier on the thing to come close. And they have the bubble, they break it eventually, but I think intended gameplay is gonna kill the boss right here.
Yeah, they do.
3, 2, 1, and I think it's dead. So it's a 5, maybe 13, 14.
5-16.
Oh, it's another big bar. 5-16, yeah.
5-26.
And Destiny is a little bit behind.
This difference. Wow.
That's very close. That's very, very close. Yeah. Alright, so intended gameplay takes round 1. What was their thing? Okay, so I think Destiny sent their rev really early in the pre-event for the entire fractal. So that's like a sort. So that basically their team is going to play without alacrity for that part and without all the pools that the rev can do. So they actually lost a lot of time there. Phase traversal and judges intervention, they both will allow you to port directly to that area and port your team there. So it gives you a much faster skip. So I wonder if either of these two teams are going to do that.
They're off. Destiny actually begins now. The delay for intended gameplay, a little bit slow, but there you go. There is their side of starting. So
like both guards are going. Yep, it looks like the guard for Destiny is doing the Omega skip. He has the shield 5 up to avoid getting hit by the ads, so he stays out of combat and goes faster. I think he's going to get the skip very quickly here. Looks like, oh no, the person doing the skip for intended gameplay is having issues. Oh dear. Yeah, so the Destiny, they port, let's see, do they port onto the Protector? Did they kill the Protector instantly? I think they did. So this ad here has a Protector spawned on it, right? And if you don't kill the Protector first, the main ad doesn't take damage. So what happened here was that the guard ported the team onto the Protector. They instantly bursted down the Protector, and then they killed the Elite afterwards. It was very clean.
And this is actually
intended gameplay is way behind here. They messed up their skip, and now they're
not even. Yeah, they still just about now get to the champion, as Destiny believes. Well, actually, just started actually on the champion. But again, they still have to clear some of these ads as they want to get through this as quick as possible. So
yeah,
I wonder how they actually managed to get that done.
You can see the Renegade for Destiny is running Soul Cleave now. Soul Cleave actually got buffed recently, so you know how it got nerfed really hard in the May patch. It got buffed again to use less energy, so they're not running a healer, right? So the Renegade is providing the prot and the healing for this team. So the Soul Cleave actually is going to provide them a lot of sustain to survive all these ads hitting them. Let's see, intended gameplay is, yeah, you see that their champion is still at 90%, while Destiny have already killed it and moved on.
And they're actually going to go to this. And again, we've seen you can easily smooth this out, and of course, see how they manage to group these ads and just to get them all in one shot here. Doing two,
they don't actually pull the ads.
Yeah, they don't. Actually, they even managed to push them off. Kind of a mistake there.
It's not very good, yeah.
Like, and they can actually lose to this. They have to be careful here because you can lose in this phase, and they've taken so long on the first step here because
oh my goodness,
intended gameplay is making their way.
Yeah, if intended gameplay like pull, so I see we have the Reaper POV, right? He has Spectral Grasp ready. He has GS5 ready. He can really make up a lot of time here for his team. And the Firebrand pre-pulls, wow. The Reaper didn't even have to use the Reaper did not have to use the Spectral Grasp there. He should have saved that actually, because the Firebrand grouped up all the ads very nicely.
Back over here at Destiny, they are
Destiny. They just blew apart the ads again. Oh, that's really bad. I wonder, like, who could pull for them? Why did they have a Mirage?
They actually they're not doing too bad, like, because like they just have this left, and like the boss phase should be an easy, smooth run for them.
Yeah, but you can see intended gameplay is catching up really fast.
Yeah,
like, they had 90% on the champion like when Destiny finished, but now they're like just one like set of ads behind. And they're much cleaner at pulling the ads together and cleaving them. Like, look how fast that was for Destiny or for intended gameplay. But I think here, as long as Destiny doesn't troll. Well, actually, hold on. There's the stream delay, right? So intended gameplay is not as far behind as we might think they are. They just one shot that last group round. Did you see that?
Yeah, that's barely any effort actually. Actually, yeah, I mean they are about like
This is
eight-ish seconds, I would say, away. And so yeah, it's not as bad as it seems. We'll see how it comes down to DPSing, because this is all it takes for this boss. Right? These two just need to be quick DPS down, and that's all it takes.
This Reaper, if the Reaper playing Scourge here and Epi bouncing off of the Berserker would be a huge DPS increase here. You can do like 70 or 80k DPS on this very easily if you stack condies on both of them and Epi off of the Berserker. But it looks like Destiny is out DPSing intended gameplay actually, which is interesting considering they're running in Mirage. You can see that the arc DPS on intended gameplay, every single person is pulling their weight in damage. Right? There's no one leeching. Everyone's doing a lot of damage.
Everyone's doing very well. They actually just managed to finally get to the second phase of this fight with the boss. Stealing the jetpack right here, and there we go. Destiny though might edge this out here, but again, it will come down to this brief stream delay from intended gameplay streamer.
Yeah, it's gonna be close-ish. 6 seconds of stream delay, but I think intended gameplay is more than 6 seconds behind. So Destiny finished around 5:10 or so, maybe a little bit earlier. And intended gameplay is going to be a little bit past that, yeah. So Destiny wins 2.
About a 7.
7. Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunate, but it does tie them up, and both these teams actually go for the third round now. We see a CM.
All right, let's roll the CM. No Thieves, which is interesting. Thief bursts really hard on every boss in this fractal because you get to pre-stack your randoms and Mistlock reset them.
There we go. Off to the races here.
Well, we have a Jealous Renegade on Destiny. Are they gonna bother with the Mistlock? Technically, it's a time loss to take the Mistlock. Oh no, the Reaper on Intended just falls off the map, but he gets to respawn without any real time loss, so
it will shave off some seconds for them. A little unfortunate.
Yeah, they start the boss. I saw the boss at the same time. They didn't really lose time. Oh, the CC, okay. Destiny instantly breaks. Both teams instant break. That's good.
Yeah, actually, both teams are already actually the intended gameplay taking over already. Slightly ahead here, already getting to the islands here. And
oh yeah, wow. The Destiny really struggled to phase the boss there. It's gonna cost them a lot. Do I see a portal on the first island from Intended? I don't know if I do. Let's see if Destiny makes a portal here.
Let's see if
anyone. No, I don't think so either.
They are.
I'm sure they're gonna port back to the boss.
I think the problem is, if you're seeing like Intended gameplay has no problem with the phases. They managed to get through quicker. And what's really been setting them apart is just small mistakes. Really, that's not too much of a problem. But you know, if it's something that's a close fight, definitely will hurt them. But as you see there, like even just falling down, like you said, the people going down didn't really do too much. They still managed to continue.
Yeah. They should have placed that portal a little bit earlier. Oh no, the Reaper there actually takes. So, you see Destiny, they actually placed their portal quite a bit before the last ad died, which means you can take it as soon as it dies to start your burst. Intended gameplay actually placed the portal after the ad died, which meant that they couldn't like precast their burst at all. So the consequence of that, at least for the POV we're watching for the Reaper, he didn't manage to land his Soul Spiral, his Shroud 4, into the Exposed, which is pretty bad because Soul Spiral is like really huge DPS increase for their team. Okay, Intended gameplay actually ports the second island.
They did do port, so I mean, they actually did get it. They're very much ahead again in this phase here, which is very good for them. They want to be here. And again, I think the problem with this fractal is like we talked about the second fight, right? The second boss is a bit more, in my opinion, difficult than the last boss arc, and so you want to at least get a good start time on that second boss as much as you can to prepare for any wipes if they happen. actually going to kill score here, and they will be quite ahead by some time, so they are in favor here. There you go. Going to
So
teleport
the
now.
portals, yeah, both teams use portals there, right? But the biggest impact portal actually comes from instead of porting between the islands, porting from the main island to the first island is the biggest time save, because between every island, right, you have to run into the rift and fly to the next island. But for the going to the first island, you have to first run to the edge of the main platform and then take the rift, right? So porting that first island is the biggest time save. I don't think I saw either team do that here. But intended gameplay is so far ahead. They just had so much more damage. I'm not sure
Yeah.
what happened. I think, oh yeah, the Destiny ran a Mirage here, which I think is just so bad for damage. Again, right, Confusion does very little to Scoreball because you just break him and he's not doing any attacks. And then Mirage takes like a while to ramp. So
Both teams actually, well, Intended Gameplay is about ready to finish this phase to get into second boss. Playing around with the ball now. There you go. Easy for them. Easy gaming here. Not be a problem.
is the portal skip to the ARPS platform allowed or no? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Pro skip from which one?
From here to the artillery platform. I don't see intended gameplay doing it.
No, you can't use.
But like you're not allowed to do that. Okay. See
Actually, oh,
allowed.
actually, I think it might. Wait, let me check on that.
Oh no, it is allowed. It is allowed. Yeah.
They just didn't do it. There's a lot of rules, honestly, in this tournament.
So, what you can do here in this ball bouncing area, you can have one player at SAK up to the ledge for the last ball, and then you can do like a short jumping puzzle, and actually make it all the way to the arts platform, and portal your team there, and you can actually skip the ad that you have to kill at the Mistlock. So it's a pretty big time save. I'm certain that some of the top teams you're going to see here, they're going to do that.
Well, they're actually starting here. Pretty slow actually.
Oh wait, intended gameplay just popped off there. They broke the boss just as she was doing her orb attack. Taw shot is what it's called, and they managed to reflect it with the Soul Beast. So they did a lot of damage there. But it looks like their hollow is having some issues, so the boss isn't phased. He probably like
they already
wasn't on the platform.
I mean, they are phasing it here. They are at the CC phase, and again, like they're already more or less almost done with this. Well, not almost done, but I mean they're already the second last phase here.
Yeah, the CC here is actually going to be a major factor. Oh, and you can see here for intended gameplay, the Reaper, he managed to precast his wells into the boss while she was still green. So he got quite a good bit of value there from precasting his damage, and that's one of the biggest differences between people who are doing this competitively and your casual groups that probably don't even start hitting the boss until she becomes red. You can see the Reaper here is doing the orbs, which is interesting. You usually have like your Alacrine or Firebrand do that.
Taking a little too long here with the CC phase, but Destiny does get it through. It's just a little too slow, actually. They can be very behind by the time. Intended gameplay, if all goes well for them, they should be able to clear this and move on to the next boss. So Destiny's going to really need a wipe at this point for them to catch up.
Your CC on this boss is quite difficult without consumables. There's only one that works now, but it's still quite useful to have. It was once upon a time considered trolling to not have consumables to CC this boss in Pugs, because you would just delay your team so much by not CCing. Yeah, so you can see the Alacrine here is doing the orbs for Destiny.
We'll roll into the game. I believe they should be done with this boss by the time purple screen goes out, so we should be able to see them soon. Final phase here for Destiny. This is like one of the bosses where it takes too long, but you can't make a mistake because it's such a drag to get this boss done.
The Dark Raids are actually solo breaks these ads during this phase.
Well, and actually, it looks like intended gameplay is ready here, and they are about to start Arc on.
Doing Arc. Okay. So our Reaper swapped the skirt. Oh, they just instant start. Oh wait, they actually GG'd for cooldowns. Okay, I don't agree with doing that in a tournament setting. You really just want to go immediately. So like grabbing the Mistlock there and waiting for a precast is not worth it in a competitive setting, I think. Oh, he actually eats the fear there, but he stun breaks it with his special action key. That's pretty good. So our POV, he had the green circle and the fixate at the same time. He dealt with that really well. He did not point that at his team. Oh, by the way, the Lacran just missed the second orb on the Art's last phase. It's a little bit deceptive. The orb actually, the first bounce is really close, and the second one bounces to all the way to the edge. And he thought that the second bounce was the third bounce, so he actually missed that orb. He might miss this one as well. He misses it. So Art's gonna teleport around again. So this is a really big time loss for Destiny here, but I imagine they're still gonna kill the boss. That'll be fine. He needs to use his heal skill here to not die. It's kind of iffy.
Little.
And now he gets it. Yeah, he gets it. But yeah, on I was saying something about the necro on intended gameplay, but I kind of forgot, lost track of what I was saying. Something about starting the boss.
Oh, switching. Sorry, GGing.
Oh yeah. GGing there because no amount of like precasted boons or damage or whatever is going to be worth the time you lose. Oh no, what I was saying was he had the mechanics, right? He had the green circle and the fixate, and he pointed them away from the bubble, right? So the person in the bubble wouldn't get knocked out of it from the cone attack, right? Because the cone attack will knock you back. So that was a well handled mechanic there. Oh no, the Renegade on Destiny tanked the fear as well, but I believe he had stability, so he did not.
I think he had stab. But they're just starting this fight, and they're too behind now to really.
Yeah, it's very, very hard for intended gameplay to lose this round now.
Yeah, I think that like they're almost done here. I mean, I think with Arc, honestly, like once you're at this final phase, it should be not much of an issue. So unless they fail one of the mechanics horribly, I think they're more or less done here. Of course, better wait and see should that happen. So Destiny needs to try and hope for something like that, but actually seems. There we go. We have the platforms now disappearing. I mean, this gave some teams a problem. We saw that. There is the down here, but manages to get back up. The res comes through. Actually manages to just number 5 there and get the res up. They can continue and finish this phase up. They should be okay. As long as no one falls through the platform, they're all okay. It just gets difficult once you lose the one player to the platform. Actually handling the stacking as well very well. As you can see, they're not too far off from each other. Ours is almost immediately destroyed here. They're doing the mechanic very well. Ready into the next part.
Something you can notice here. So on the Scourge from intended gameplay, he's pushing the orb in with 3 autos, right? You can actually do it with 2, and the way that it works is the steeper of an angle you are to the orb, the farther it'll go, right? So basically, whenever you auto it, it'll go a fixed distance, right? So if you auto it at an angle that's like more parallel to the edge that you're trying to push it into, then it's going to go farther towards the tower, right? So you can just auto it twice. So he has to auto it 3 times because he's like right up against it, but if he went more to the side, he'd be able to get it faster. But anyway, that's just a little note for anyone who's trying to improve their gameplay. Intended gameplay wins by probably around a minute, right?
I think, well, they're at this phase now. So they're just about now getting into the platforms, I believe. Is that right?
Yeah.
So about a minute, yeah.
Actually, might be more
than that, actually.
Yeah, because they still have an orb push phase to do.
Yeah. They just actually just got to it now. But oh, I think they might lose.
Oh, please don't wipe to this now. Yeah, oh my goodness, he blew up the team. But I think they had Mistlock, so maybe they're okay. I think he's gonna do the lifting attack here. He's about to do a lift. Did anyone get lifted? Not sure. Okay, they phased the boss and they actually recovered from the bomb. That's good. That's good to see. it's always good to see the ability to recover from a disaster.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you do want to at least finish the fractal, finish strong at least.
And here we go. Here we get to see the Ren POV. The Ren can solo break the ad by using stat 5 as a K. So the special action key will cancel your stat 5, but it'll get all the hits where you were doing it, right? So you can cast your stat 5 and cancel it with special action key and get all of the hits into the break bar. So the Renegade can solo break the bar with that, basically. Or very close to. It's a tiny bit extra that's needed, but your teammates will help you break that. And they actually choose right there to face tank the Fear with the Road, so they just have stab for it. That Road was actually timed well enough that it would give stability for the initial part of that lift as well. So that was very good. Here they shoot special action key to avoid the miasma, and they do. Probably dodge that laser, yeah. And he's trying to give stability for for those pie slices, but he didn't manage to cast his Road because he actually jumped. And jumping in this fractal makes you go really high, right? So you can't cast an ability when you're jumping, so he couldn't get that off. They're having some issues here, but I'm sure they're going to kill the boss.
I think there's no question about. Ooh, actually, very.
He turns away from the boss. Very nice, very nice. Yeah. Ooh, this is a mechanic I haven't seen very often. Okay. Oh, he dodges the pie there. That's very good. So there was like one little area where you could stand without having to dodge, but it was covered up there.
Yeah, they do finish it. It's actually 15 seconds, but there we go. So intended gameplay does win this round and actually advances to the next round tomorrow. That's where they're gonna play. For them, they are okay. We are up for the next game here, which will be Black Emperor and Stuck with LARS.
Only the grand final is specified. Okay.
There's two. So there is grand finals, semifinals, and then the final two matches to get to those matches. So there's a total of 4 games, best of 5. But that's not happening now. That's happening.
That's right.
Yeah, none of
the winners final is best of 5.
Yeah.
Yep.
None of that is happening today. Should be fine. And there we go. They're actually already off here. A little slow from Black Emperor here. They do make it, but they are quite behind now.
Stuck with LARS just deleted the pre-event. Oh man!
Like they're already at the champ.
I looked away for a moment, and they're just demolishing the fractal.
Yeah.
Damn.
Exactly. Round 3 is being played tomorrow, so we're only getting through the second round of upper bracket today. So we should be good to go tomorrow.
Looks like the Thief is not focusing the Protector at all, but his teammates are cleaving it down. And as soon as that Protector dies, you can just see the champion FPG's
the
health
champion is melted here, and it's just about to start, whereas Stuck with LARS is literally ready. And as you can see there, how they group up the ads though here, how they choose the group. I don't like how they have all these like banned items in their inventory so close to each other. Like,
I would be so nervous. Like you see the Choya and the XE, it's like just press that.
Clean pull, by the way.
The Rev Malik sleep, a single pull pulls them all together and they just cleave it down. It's really clean. I think they actually killed it. A slight slowdown here. One of the ads took a while. Oh, they GG here. Oh, because after you kill that, you can GG and spawn faster. Yeah. That's such a small optimization, but it's so good. And you can see here that the Thief is gonna port them to the next set of ads. I bet he's gonna
Whereas Black Emperor still actually struggling with the ads here. It's a little unfortunate for them. The port does come through.
The Thief has the dash, I forget what it's called, but it's the dashy dodge. And you can cover more distance that way and give yourself swiftness with that dodge.
Yeah.
Unhindered combatant, I think is what it's called. Okay, you know what? But Black Emperor is pulling their way too. They are not slacking. They're pulling these ads together and melting them as well.
Yeah. Fortunately, they are up against the teams such as Stuck with LARS, more or less very, very top tier players here.
Oh, you see that Scourge doing 100k DPS? Look at that. Or 100k cleave, that is. But DPS. It's the epi is so huge.
It's not quite Bladesworn, so, but
not quite Bladesworn. And then they're here on the Berserker already. Yeah. Wait, Stuck with Lars is on the second boss, and Black Emperor has only started the first one. Damn. That's insane. They are
They're
popping
honestly
off.
like they are very good teams, both of them. Like even Black Emperor being
Oh
able
my
to.
god.
3 minutes.
Look at the
10,
yeah.
10 seconds. Wow. Sub.
That's next level. Holy. That was so fast. Like I was like almost unable to keep up with what was going on. It's actually insane.
Yeah, they're almost done here. Like, I mean, they're gonna be quickly done here.
Yeah, Black Emperor is gonna kill this ad.
Yep.
But yeah, you see, Stuck with Lars is playing almost a full Condi comp, right? Because they're taking advantage of the insane exposed damage of Condis. Moreover, actually, in just last week's patch, the condition damage, the condition damage modifier from exposed, or actually all damage modifier, you don't have the ability to like. There's not as much to skip compared to Cliffside, so I don't think
they're off right now
yeah.
as they start the fractal.
Oh, here we go.
Let's see.
Here we go.
Both teams are actually very good. Of course, Stuck with Lars, very high skill level.
Oh, Stuck with Lars. They blasted Might and Boons at the beginning, and they had the Thief port them onto the first set of ads.
And already skipped through that event. And of course, you could see the Mesmer portal coming up here with Black Emperor, but still slightly behind.
The Mesmer's going to do this part, yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, no, Black Emperor has a stream delay, so they're actually probably either even or ahead right now, if I had to guess. Especially because they had the Stuck with Lars had a
there is some delay between them, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Well,
So,
we'll see when
let's
the
see.
port. So when the port does, just slightly behind, just slightly. You know, they're starting a little bit. Of course, yeah, there is that delay to take into account. So maybe it makes up for it.
So I'll take a look at when they start hitting the boss on Stuck with Lars. So at 57 they started hitting the anomaly. At 57, no, okay, yeah. So Black Emperor is behind by 4 seconds right now. 4 seconds. They started hitting the anomaly at 101. Curious to see how. Okay, yeah. So right now I'm looking at the Weaver POV. He bursted the boss, right, and now he's okay. So they're so fast that he doesn't actually get to burst the ads. He just he has the DPS downtime in his rotation synced up with the ad phases. So he kind of like half leeches the ads, and then he has his burst ready for the boss phase. Or for the first phase anyway. Soul Beast's cooldowns don't line up as well. I think Sikkim just has too long cooldown to burst every phase. Oh, they have 2 downstates on the Stuck with Lars team though. That's not good for them. But I think they're gonna get their rallies, so it's not the end of the world.
Yeah, that should be okay. And well, we see them almost about getting into this phase.
They didn't have any pulls on Stuck with Lars, so they're like they had to go run around and kill each of those ads manually, which is actually a pretty big time loss.
Actually,
so I wonder if,
but yeah, I think they'll be fine with it. They shouldn't be too bad.
Oh, they also got the stealthing ad. So the way that these Chop Kit D, Blight Kit B, whatever, the way they work is you kill one of them first in each phase, and then the next phase it like spawns as like an upgraded version. So Stuck with Lars chose to spawn the stealthing one in the last phase, which might be kind of bad for them because obviously you can't target the stealth thing. Yeah, I think Black Emperor made up the time that they were behind earlier.
Yeah, and I mean,
so
again, like there's a small delay, but they are more or less. It's very close so far. It's not that far behind. As you see,
this is still anyone's game.
Yeah, they're all speed running the same area right now, and get into the, more or less this next boss. Yeah.
Oh, I think Stuck with Lars did this pre-event more cleanly. Yeah, they are so far ahead. Their Thief just popped off. Yeah. Holy.
And now they start the boss, and yeah, there's not much for them. I mean, they'll be able to take this.
Yeah. Their Weaver swaps the Condi Weaver here because what happens is Condi Weaver can get a very, very high burst very quickly. And so they're going to CC the boss. So at 50%, the boss gets a break bar. So he's going to CC it right when the break bar happens. And then all of the huge damage burst, and the Connie burst is gonna kick in, and the boss can get one shot. Look at that.
They got it actually. 343. So, wow.
And let's see for Black Emperor. Yeah, you see how their boss is taking much longer to die after 50% compared to the Soccer LARS team, because they don't have like a huge condition burst ready to take advantage of the exposed after the big bar. So their boss dies slower. 13-second difference. It's actually pretty significant of a difference, you know,
In this
given how fast the
fractal,
fractals were.
yeah.
Yeah. So Stuck with LARS really popped off there and did a good job. All right, looks like we're gonna get started soon. Like a quick refresher: the Blizzard Ravens team is running Mesmer, whereas the SGG team is not. They are running a. They're both running Thief. They're running Firebrand, but yeah, SGG is running Scourge instead of Mesmer. So, all right, it looks like we're off. SGG is stealthing with super speed through the first area. You can see they're zooming very quickly. And you can see on the Blizzard Raven side, the Mesmer is portaling the team straight to the boss. See, the Blizzard Ravens actually get to the boss about 9 seconds faster than SCG because of the Mesmer shenanigans. Both teams actually melt the boss very quickly. And I think the Thief ports the team for the Ravens straight onto Amala here. Interesting to note, the Ravens actually line of sight the archers here on the pillar, whereas SGG actually takes their scrapper and just reflects the projectiles, or blocks the projectiles. Yeah, so on SGG side, they use the scrapper bubble from the bulwark gyro, and then once that runs out, they use the Firebrand Tome 3 to keep themselves safe from the archers. So it's a small time save over what the Ravens did. Probably not enough to make up for the 9-second time loss from the Mesmer skip, though. Ravens are going. You can see the Renegade is giving the whole team alacrity here, so they can all press their SAK faster. The special action key is what allows them to jump really high, right? And having alacrity means you can just use it over and over more quickly. Counts as a skill, just like anything else.
Yeah, actually managing to do their part quickly. SGG just now makes it there.
Oh, the shadow portal from the Thief, the instant portal, and then the second portal from someone. It looks like the Ravens are having a small portal issue here. They're having portal difficulties. This is a chance for SGG to come back, actually. Yeah, they had they took a very long time to get that portal set up, so potentially SGG can make up some time here. I don't know if they're on the second. I think this is the second boss, right? Surely SGG are on the second boss. Yeah, they are. So SGG actually makes up some time there. SGG's killed the boss already. The Ravens are still working on the second, but the Ravens actually port straight to the Mistlock here. And keep in mind the Ravens have a time delay compared to SGG. So the Ravens start hitting the the elite tier about 10 seconds faster than SGG still. So the time loss that they had was made up for by just running through the roleplay section faster. Twilight Arbor is one of those fractals that is really much more like a dungeon than anything else, where you can save a lot of time by quickly running through the roleplay.
Yeah, I think actually kind of works best.
SGG actually wipes here. They tank a bunch of damage from the Amala clones, and they have to redo. And you know, with how consistent the Ravens have been, I don't think that mistake will be recoverable.
No, I think this could actually be it for them, as Ravens already getting into the next part of their phase. But they get there, and yeah, we see this coming up with the Earth Elemental here, whereas as they're resetting, yeah, unless Blizzard maybe makes a mistake, I don't think they will though. They have been very consistent.
You can see SCG is running a Celestial Renegade, so it's a Kandi run giving alacrity to the team. He's actually not running high enough boon duration to maintain alacrity, interestingly enough. So he's trying to greed a little bit more damage, but it's not working out as much because Kandi Ren will still take a longer time to do its damage compared to power. And when you're killing the boss, phasing as quickly as SC is, the power Ren is going to be doing more damage.
GG's not doing too bad now on their second try, but it is going to be a quick game for Blizzard Ravens here.
Looks like... Yeah, I think the Ravens are ahead by an entire phase now. They're CCing
their full phase, yeah.
phase.
But they're already here at the macro phase of it. We're actually done with it. So,
yep.
Yeah, here you go. Balthazar next. So,
Ravens will not play Kandi when they can do this much damage on power. Oh, and their Mesmer swapped the Chrono here, and he's doing really good damage. The Hollow is actually top damage here. It's pretty impressive. Doing a lot of big burst, big cleave. Oh, and someone pulled in those ads really cleanly for the Ravens there. They're about to kill the boss.
they actually just killed the boss there.
Yep.
527, not bad for them. Of course,
it's really fast. Yep.
He slowed down because of that loss of first try.
Portal is difficulty. Yeah. Yep. Actually, yeah, SGG wiped there, but the Ravens had a small time loss with the portal to the second ad, but their efficiency and everything else made up for it. Let's see how quickly SGG can finish this. I imagine it'll be somewhere around the 620 mark.
Maybe there you go. It's the final. Yeah, 620. Actually, might be on point here. Let's see. Ads.
They get a slow pull on the ads there. So, actually, they didn't even pull the ads. The scrapper probably knocked them away.
Actually, closed actually the timer a little too early, but it seems like 6:24 probably is the actual time. A little lower.
So a little bit less than a minute slower, which is quite a lot for flat-min fast, like 20% of the time. So the Ravens just showing us what they're made of, just getting through everything super efficiently. That's 1-0 for the Ravens against SGG. Let's see what's up next. So the NG on SGG is starting on Scrapper, whereas the Ravens NG is starting on Hollow, which probably makes sense. I don't know if they're gonna have like the thief. Oh, they're going. They're off the races. Okay, so SGG, the whole team goes. No stealth actually. So everyone's swimming. Oh, now they get the stealth. But the Rev is falling behind a little bit, so he has to be careful. Oh, the Rev actually dies on SGG. That's really bad. But the Ravens are not starting. I don't know why they're not starting.
There's a massive delay.
Oh no! They did start. They just had the Mesmer solo. So they're gonna focus pull. Nice. The Mesmer actually waits there for that focus pull. He waits for the ads to get closer and then pulls them all. Imagine most of them are gonna GG here. Are not. I'm wondering what they're doing. Oh wow, that's really impressive. So they have the Mesmer go do the buttons, and then instead of GGing, he just ports the whole team up, so everyone gets to keep their boons, the swiftness, and immediately press the buttons and finish it. That's really clean.
Clean gaming there, actually. As we are like already in the room phase here, so
yeah, the Ravens are killing. Like they're already like halfway through the gate guards, and SGG is only just starting them. And the Ravens are on a screen delay. That's insane.
There is
probably about a nice Malik sleeve coming in from SGG, from the Ren, to pull those ads together. And then I think the Firebrand used Axe 3 there to pull those two. That was clean.
It's actually one of the few times we've seen teams pull everything. You know, obviously, I believe that stuck with LARS, besides Blizzard Ravens, was also one of the teams that had this map.
Yes,
and you see the skip, the pulls are much cleaner there. So it's interesting to see when some teams can actually get it done. Although struggling a little bit here on the last ads, but SGG Getting slow here.
Actually, the Ren just had the Flux Bomb there, and instead of dropping off in the middle of nowhere, he actually dropped the Flux Bomb on the ads that just spawned. So it's a little bit of extra damage to the ads because the Flux Bomb actually will damage enemies as well. So that was nice. Flux Bomb is one of those instabilities that it's like really annoying in group play, but it's actually one of the best instabilities to have if you're trying to solo the fractal because it's just extra DPS on the boss for you, basically. Unless you're playing Mesmer, in which case it kills your clones.
Well, it would not be a problem, right? Because in Virtuoso, in the future, if your dad
You won't have any clones.
you won't have any clones. Maybe. We'll see. Big strategy next time for next tournament, maybe. Yeah, you see Blizzard Raven's actually almost done clearing this room.
They're so fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think like
SCG is still killing gate guards, but the Ravens are almost done with the boss already. It's nuts.
actually I think they will manage to do
They
this
just
in
finished.
what was it?
2 something. Let's see. When's the XP pop?
256. So already
Impressive. That's a really fast get through blade.
wait for SGG to be done with. I believe this is their second round to actually win now. So
Yep. So Ravens 2-0.
2-0. So then that leaves us with just 2 more games and play.
SCG is going to be over a minute behind on a 3-minute fractal. That's nuts. That just goes to show how far ahead those Ravens are compared to everyone.
Skinny dancing now.
Oh yeah.
Go gamble, Skinny.
Yes,
if you can hear the
Skinny's
this stream right now, go gamble. I want to see you gamble on stream.
Skinny's doing a little dance, victory dance.
There we go.
So
And SGG just about
3:59,
done finally.
or-
So, ooh, be about 4:10 seconds, I think, with XP. 4:09. Yeah, 4:10, close enough.
4:09. A minute and 13 seconds difference on a 3-minute fractal. That's something.
Yeah. Well, time to load up the next teams. We have
Final
Yeah.
match of the day.
actually one more match. Actually, not 2 more matches. Cute and funny and stuck in the mist, bro.
Yep. All right, they're getting up to it.
There
Very
we
curious
go.
to see what they do. Oh, they're just gonna stealth. Okay, you know that's actually good too. Oh no, but the guard falls.
Yeah.
Okay, but
But they do have the
so they're-
portal to portal them up. So
Yeah, that's actually a very nice strategy. Like everyone tries the run, but multiple people put portals down, so whoever makes it can just port the team.
Cute actually already makes it here. So they're already back at the champions. A slight delay again from stuck in the mist step, bro. So we'll see how it is. It might be almost even here. To be honest, with the delay, hard to say. If I switch to another person,
This is really good. So Cute and Funny did a very nice strategy here, where they stacked on the ranged ad and forced the melee one to walk over them. And it looks like Stuck in the Mist actually just sat there and waited for both of the ads to come. So Stuck in the Mist is going to incur a very small time loss compared to Cute and Funny there, but it's very slight. Well, the streams are actually very close now.
Getting there. They're getting here ready to phase. I mean, here, it's not gonna take too much, right? They try and get the skips done quickly. As someone, as the other 4 finish up Tom, the other team member of each team is probably gonna try to skip so that they could immediately phase into the final boss. As you see, start up here with old Tom. Both teams actually pretty much in line here. And timing's not that far off, to be honest. Both doing very well. think I lost Cody, by the way, chat. I think we lost Cody. Oh, this is gonna be a close one. Ooh, this is gonna be a very close one as they actually managed to. Stuck in the Mistlock Bro is doing too bad here. He manages to get to the next phase. But QM Funny is actually gonna win. I think they will win. It's gonna be a close one, but QM Funny might have this.
Well, this is really good. I had to wait for this moment there, but wow. Let's see if the golems will be nice to them. Stuck in the Mist has some really nice golem spawns.
Ooh, Q and Funny wins it here. 2 minutes 53 seconds.
Oh wow, that was super close.
That's only about a 10-second, 9-second difference.
Wait.
To be honest.
Oh, yeah. Q Funny must have really. What? Okay, I actually missed a little bit, but did you see what happened? That they got the time save over Stuck in the Mist?
Yeah.
Porting right onto the boss starts the faster, and they would be able to pass that time game more quickly. The only issue is if people will need to get out of combat to like swap their builds or something. But we're off, and let's see what they do. I see. The Mesmer is porting everyone to the ads to focus pull them. This is really efficient.
Very quick of them as well. Again, there's not too much room here for them to play around. Like they need to be able to stay ahead. Yeah, if they mess up here, it kind of is over for a team. Who is that?
He definitely wants the Mistlock.
That player go down there. I saw.
Sure. But I think this Mesmer would really. Oh, that was a very nice Mirage ambush, sword ambush to skip the last part of the Tommy puzzle. He doesn't go for the Mistlock, so he's just going to. They GG. Okay, they all GG for cooldowns. Okay, that's actually gonna cost them some time compared to Cute and Funny. Like you can see how Stuck in the Mist was ahead of Cute and Funny, but then because they GG'd there, it actually delayed the spawn of these ads by a little bit, and that's going to be a pretty big time loss. But okay, they actually make up a lot of it because did you see the chain pulls from the Stuck in the Mist? So they had one of the other players pull the far ad, and then the Mesmer focus pull pulled everything else together. Oh my goodness, it's so clean. So right there on the second phase, he pulled all the ads right into the middle, and they just instantly deleted them. Yeah. Stuck in the Mist is very far ahead right now. I'm certain.
I mean, this could be
those insane focus pulls. Yeah,
they need this as well because they need to tie this if they want to win.
Oh my gosh, look at the range of that focus pull. Just pulls all the ads in.
It's very smooth. Ooh, and it does go down a little bit.
Downs, but I'm sure that they'll res him.
Oh yeah, that's it.
Or he'll rally. He'll rally off of the.
Actually, almost very close. By the way, it could have ended very, very badly for them there. Actually, I think it's gonna be a close one.
Oh, they're behind now. Yeah. Because Cute and Funny actually managed to come back.
And they're already at the last golem phase here, so they're gonna be able to get this done quickly. Now again, they could catch up, but that will depend on maybe how fast they could quickly advance to the next event, right? Run through the area.
Yeah. Yep. Stuck in the Mist will have to pull off a very good run through the snow to catch up now. And you can see here that the Firebrand for Cute and Funny is actually playing Power Firebrand here. He's also taking Merciful Intervention, I think, for it may have been to use it onto a Sword of Justice earlier, but perhaps also for a little bit of healing for his team.
As you can see, they're very far behind as well in the next event to get to.
Yes. But the Stuck in the Mist team has the potential to do this event faster with Mesmer compared to what
they actually managed to get that done.
So yeah, because the Mesmer is already here, ready for the last portal.
Oh, and it is there actually. So just slightly.
They're just super close. Yeah, they need to go. They need to go immediately. Oh, that precast is gonna cost them a lot of time. Oh, that's not good.
Yeah, actually cost them at least the first 6-7 seconds of this
3
fight.
seconds. Yeah, I mean they spent like 3 seconds just precasting instead of hitting the boss. It's actually okay, but I really like the Axe Mirage play here, and it's not just because I'm a big Axe Mirage fan, but because of how like you have time to stack up your conditions. So as soon as you get the break, you'll delete the boss. But I don't think it'll be enough to make up for
No, it
how
looks
far
like
ahead.
Unify is going to get the boss done, and they do. Look at that. That's the
Oh,
XP.
they actually, yeah, Stuck in the Mist actually got some bad RNG there. They got the boss. So this boss, if you don't put it on the purple tiles, it'll become invulnerable, and you can't do damage to it.
It looks like they did, and
And Cute Bunny finishes faster. I think that's 2-0 for Cute Bunny.
they actually do win. Yes, matchup.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, they just barely cleared 4:15. It's getting much longer than they would have wanted. But that is it, I guess. But a very good
Oh, is that what happened?
comeback, I think. But the comeback was too late for them.